Hello, my name is Adittya Mittal, registration number 18PC2043. And in this video, I'll be talking about the Datawrapper website, which is used for data visualization techniques. So here first I Google Datawrapper and this website comes up. So in this website, basically what Datawrapper does is we can upload our data and there are various possibilities and various filters and charts and maps that we can apply to our data to make it look a little more appealing. So as I said, there are various charts, maps and tables on this website, Datawrapper website, that we can use to make our data more appealing. And to start using Datawrapper, we click Start Creating. And here there are basically 4 steps, and in just 4 steps we can create a very clean looking data visualization uh, idiom to basically suit our data. So for the first step is to upload the data. So here I'll be using my downloaded dataset, which is the iris dataset. So this is the iris dataset. So I've uploaded it, and it will come here, yeah, as we can see. So the second step is basically to check and see if the data looks right. Here on this website, there are basically 4 types of data. Whenever there is a number quantity, the data will be shown as blue. Whenever there are dates, in this case there are no dates, they will be shown as green. Text is black, as we can see here, and a red cell means that there is a problem in that dataset. And as we can see, there is no problem or no null entry in our dataset. So we click proceed. So on clicking proceed, here we can see all these various types of plots and various chart types that we can use for our dataset. So here I'll first click on scatter plot, as this is the most suitable data chart plot for my iris dataset. So here we can see scatter plot, and the this is the scatter plot. Here, not only this, we can also refine and make the data plot a little better, So by clicking on refine, here I can see the horizontal and vertical axes, and I can choose which column of the dataset I have to use. So for this instance, let's click petal length versus let it after it loads, petal width. So on doing this, we can see this is a clear plot which we can then use to maybe classify the data based on different classes, as I will uh, clarify here. So here there are basically 3 different classes in my dataset, namely Iris setosa, versicolor, and virginica, which are the 3 species of a flower type. So here all the colors are same, but we can also customize our colors here by clicking on let us take setosa as blue. Versicolor I will change to a green color, and virginica I will change to an orange color. So as we can see, it is clear with this plot, uh, the 3 different species that we can clearly see on this plot. And there are various different refinements we can do, like changing the shape. Here it's a circle by default. I can convert it to diamonds or crosses or things like that. And I can change the size. If I click on variable size, then there are in my data set it is not really useful, but in data sets which according to the which show the size according to their entry in the dataset in the column, that can be used here. I can show it by sizing it according to sepal length. So as I said, in my case it is not really useful, so I'll disable this. So these were the refinements that we can do. To annotate, we can add a chart name here. I can add petal width versus petal length. So as we can see, it is the name has come here, and there are various more descriptions that we can add, like the chart description, the notes, the data source, the link to the data source, and annotations as well. Apart from this, there's also an option to change the size of the chart according to the platform that we are using. I am using a laptop, so this size is perfect for me. And devices with larger screens, handheld devices can use this size. Smaller devices can use this size. There is also a colorblind assist option depending on the type of color blindness. In this case, I have taken normal, no color blindness. So apart from this, there is also different types of designs that or different types of layouts that we can use, namely data wrapper, high contrast, extended car set. I can show by clicking this high contrast. As we can see, there is not much difference, but uh, if I click data wrapper 2012, we can see the design has changed. But we'll go back to data wrapper with data. Here we can see the design according to this. Apart from this, this was the scatter plot. Apart from this, there are various different chart types that we can use. For example, this is a normal bar chart according to all the entries of the columns. So here it is using sepal length as its length variation. So we see that sepal length for the dataset is the dataset in the Excel file is sorted as follows. The 50 instances of Iris setosa class are first, then 50 instances of versicolor class are second, and then Virginica. So this is the bar chart that we get, but there is also an option to sort this bar chart. So if I click this under sorting and grouping, if I click sort bars, then it will sort according to the sepal length in this case. So we can see that Iris virginica has the largest sepal length and it goes down. And we see that the majority of Iris setosa flowers has the smallest sepal length. This is a useful mechanism and useful filter to basically visualize the trends in the dataset. Apart from this, we can also choose a column chart, and here we can see all the instances of the various classes according to the sepal width, petal width. So this provides us with a very clear and very simple user interface where we can only just click and get the variation as smoothly, very smoothly. As we saw that sepal length, it was still 7, and the data quickly conformed to the sepal width variation, then petal length. Here we can see the clear difference between the setosa species and the versicolor species. We can also resize the chart size by doing this, and here we see it adjusting to the size accordingly. Apart from this, if I click on archive chart types, then we can see the bars old type, which is the original old style bar chart. Here we see this as we saw in the bar chart type, but this is an older version. This is the more classic version, and there is no variation, color variation. Here we can choose the different attributes according to which we need to plot the bar chart. So after looking at the different chart types that we can create and customize, the last step is to publish the image. So here I am choosing my scatter plot because that is the most suitable plot type for my dataset. So I click on publish and embed. So here basically we are provided with three options. First is to publish the chart directly onto a website. Second is to export it as a PNG or duplicate it to start editing the copy of this chart. Maybe if you want a different variation or different type of variation to this same plot or this same chart, or maybe basic using sample width versus sample length or anything like that, we can duplicate it and start working on it from here. So for my presentation, I will choose to export it as a static image. So here it provides me with different filters and different editing options to export to a static image. For example, the format. So here format is the width and height size pixels. So the default is 1424 into 1302 pixels. So I will keep it as that. We can also change the border thickness according to our convenience. So I will keep it at 10 pixels. Apart from this, we can also increase or decrease the scale factor. As you can see, it is the pixels are currently like this. If I increase the scale factor, the pixels increase. So I will keep it as default 2 times scale factor. Apart from this, there is also an option to include the full header and footer or just the chart. So I will include the full header and footer, and also I can include or I can make the background transparent. So for this chart, I will include the background. So I click on download image, save file, and here I can see the exact same plot that was on the website. Thank you. This has been Aditya Mittal, 18BC2043, with my presentation on the data visualization tool Datawrapper. Thank you.